Hello, hello and welcome back, or welcome. I am Book Lover Lorna and this is another monthly wrap up. It's been a good month of reading anyway. You know, there's still pandemic things, but it's been a good reading month, so that's something. Now, we have basically grey skies outside just all day today, so I can only, you know, apologise for the lighting. It's winter. We've got to just roll with what we've got, you know. It is what it is. Now, I have read a massive 14 books this month, which is super great, fantastic. Probably because I've done 7 books in 7 days as a challenge in the last 7 days. So yeah, that was painful. Please watch my vlog on that, which will be coming soon, or if you're watching this a few days after it's been uploaded, part of that will already be out. Please go and watch that because that was a hard 7 days. I mean, I did read my 7 books, but it was a hard 7 days. So yeah, I think that's probably why I've done quite so well this month. Obviously my target kind of per month to get my 100 for the year is around 8 books a month. So 14, almost double, smashing it. So at the moment, I'm actually, how many books ahead of my Goodreads target? 6 books ahead of schedule, which is, you know, good. Well done me, to be honest. So I'm going to run you through the books that I've read this month. Some of them, quite a few of them actually, I've read on Kindle. So obviously I will just pop a picture of those up on the screen, not over there, and I will show you the paperbacks and everything as well. A couple of these I did receive in exchange for open and honest reviews, and those are not necessarily being posted in this video. There are, you know, Instagram, Goodreads, Amazon, stuff like that, but some of them were in exchange for reviews. So the beginning of the month, I'm just checking, I've got my Goodreads up here. Okay, so first book of 2020 was This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I don't know if you can see that because of the lighting situation. There we go, that's a bit better. Now this one I gave 5 stars. I super loved it. I wanted to read it around like New Year time just because it said basically that these 2 people were born on New Year's Eve in the same hospital 1 minute apart. So I was like, that'd be a nice way to kick off the year, and I was right. It's a really lovely book. It's written quite differently between the 2 characters. I just think it's really lovely. So if you're looking for kind of a little bit of a quirky romance, then this would definitely be a good one to pick up. So that was book number 1 of the year. Next I read Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson. Now this one I did give 4 stars, but I was kind of sat on the fence between 3 and 4. I think the problem was that I'd seen loads and loads of people kind of really super excited for this book, and then I sat down and read it and I was like, oh, it's not, for me it didn't really do a lot, and it was a bit flat. So I was between 3 and 4 stars. There were some good parts of it. I really liked the community aspect of it and everything like that, but I did think that it was a little bit messy at times, which potentially, you know, it's a YA book about self-discovery love, so potentially those, you know, that is messy as a teenager. So, you know, potentially that's why I didn't love it. But yeah, between 3 and 4 stars. I settled on 4 star for the purpose of my review, and that one actually was a NetGalley book. So that was, I don't know if that one is out yet or not. Let's find out. So that one is out on the 2nd of February. There were some quite well conveyed aspects of that book, and I do think that some people will love it. It just wasn't the one for me. My 3rd read of the year was The Promise by Lucy Diamond. Now this one is probably one of my favourite Lucy Diamond books that I've read in quite a while. I really did enjoy it. It was a bit of a unique book. So essentially it is, this man dies in an accident. No one really knows how, and his wife and children are left behind. But it's written kind of from the, not necessarily the perspective, but from the stance of his brother, and what he tries to do to kind of make up for his brother's death, because they didn't part on good terms the night that he died. And it's very interesting. It's a little bit of family drama, a little bit of grief, and a little bit of love in there as well. So it's quite a nice kind of contemporary book. I don't really know what specifically what box I would want to put it in, because like I just said, there's quite a lot of angles in it, but quite an enjoyable contemporary novel. Oh, and that was another NetGalley book. So that one is out, I will tell you shortly, 18th of February. So that one's out in the next couple of weeks. And then the next book that I read, and this one is coming out 4th of February, was The Long, Long Afternoon by Inga Vesper. And I really, really loved this book. The reason that I requested it from NetGalley was actually because I got an email about it and I was like, well, that sounds kind of cool, you know, I'll read it. They've advertised it to me, so maybe I'll request that. And it was brilliant. Like, I properly loved it. It's essentially what kind of seems to be a murder mystery. Very interesting. There's a lot about race in there. Obviously, it's kind of like a thriller as well. Again, family drama. And I just thought it was really, really very interesting book. I really did enjoy it and I didn't want to put it down. So for that reason, I did give that book 5 stars. So that's so far two 5-star reads in the month, which, good going, I think. The next book I read this month is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Now, this one, again, I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I gave it 4 stars. The reason I wanted to read it is because I kept seeing the hardcover edition on everybody's Instagram and I was like, I like that cover, so I want to read it. So I actually ended up with the paperback cover, which is not as pretty, but I was like, well, I've got to read it now anyway. So essentially, I think that this book is best for people who want a little bit of mystery, a little bit of like mansion-esque kind of stuff, you know, a bit around the rich, bit of teen drama, not necessarily like high school drama, but teen drama, kind of bit of angst, bit of lust, you know, those kind of things. It is mostly very thrillery. There were loads of creepy parts where I was like, whoa, this is a bit like, are we sure this is a YA book? You know, I was like, well, I don't know about this, Hans. But yeah, overall, I think it kind of, I didn't love it, but it left me wanting to read the second book, which isn't out yet. But it left me wanting to pick up the second, which I guess, you know, it kind of fulfilled its purpose and made me want to buy more of her books because I want to know what happens next. So yeah, that one I gave 4 stars. Next, in the month of January, I read Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. So this is the prequel to The Hate U Give, and I have actually done a review video on this. So if you're interested in hearing me talk about this book, please go watch that video. I think it's only like 10 minutes or so long, so it's not too long. But yeah, this one I did really enjoy and I gave 5 stars. But if you want to hear any other things about it, go watch the other video. And also, it's super pretty. It's like the prettiest book ever. So that's the third 5-star book of the month, isn't it? Yeah. So next I read Are We All Lemmings and Snowflakes by Holly Bourne, which I keep thinking is We Are All Lemmings and Snowflakes, but it's not. It's a question. Are We All Lemmings and Snowflakes by Holly Bourne. And this one I gave 3 stars. It just kind of wasn't the book for me. I understood the vibe and the message about mental health and the fact that, you know, we should be more kind to each other. I completely appreciated that. And Holly Bourne's writing is brilliant, but just this kind of storyline setup wasn't massively for me. The book is basically about Olive, who finds herself quite mentally unwell. So they send her off to this kind of summer camp, which is called Camp Reset, I think. Yeah. And she meets other kids and they do these kind of classes and stuff like that. And she's there for 1 month to try and get her into a good mental health space. And it just wasn't for me. I just didn't love it. Like I say, I still totally respect Holly's writing and I understand the message, but it just wasn't my favourite story. Okay, now the next books are the ones that I've read as part of my 7 books in 7 days, and in that vlog, or those what was now going to be 2 vlogs, I do share my thoughts on them and reviews and everything, so I'm only going to tell you in this video what my star rating for them would be. So first one was Knife Edge by Mallory Blackman, and this one I gave 4 stars. I'm just checking my Goodreads because my phone is on my lap. So this one I gave 4 stars. And next I read We Just Clicked by Annabelle. This one I gave 3 stars. So we've had a couple of 3-star reads this month. It wasn't my favourite book in the world, but I do have some opinions on it. Next in the month I read Uncoupling by Lorraine Brown, and honestly I feel like it should be called The Uncoupling because it just makes so much more sense. Like, uncoupling is just so harsh. Like, I feel like it should have a that in front of it. But that's, yeah, that one I did quite enjoy and I did give 4 stars. That was also a NetGalley book, so what do you call it? What are they called? An ebook in exchange for a review. Next I read The Existence of Amy by Lana Grace Reaver, and this one I was sent in exchange for posting a review on Amazon, which I have now done. I gave this book 4 stars. It's very much on the higher side of 4 stars, like teetering into 5, but just not quite into 5. It's very, very powerful book about mental health, OCD, anxiety, from the perspective of that person who is experiencing those things. So for fiction, it is fiction, but for a fiction book that kind of looks into those things is very, very powerful, and you've got to read this one when you're in the right kind of headspace, 100%. But yeah, I gave that one 4 stars. Next I read Love Spells and Other Disasters by Angie Barrett. This again was another NetGalley book. Do you know what? I didn't tell you when the Uncoupling... See, I've done it. When Uncoupling is coming out. Uncoupling is 18th of February and Love Spells and Other Disasters 1st of February, supposedly. I'm not sure if that's right. I thought it was the 4th, but it says on Goodreads the 1st. Now, this one was a really good mixture between magic and high school romance, high school drama, that kind of thing. So I really did enjoy that one, and I gave that one 5 stars. I thought it was like the perfect balance, really. Next in the month I read In Case You Missed It by Lindsay Kelk. I don't know if you can even see that cover. We've got all kinds of lighting issues here. Now this one I was kind of sad about because I had high expectations of it. I'd seen it everywhere. I was just super keen to read it and I didn't enjoy it that much. It just wasn't for me. I gave it 3 stars, and I think potentially because I've read so many books recently where women need saving, that is how it's portrayed anyway, I just couldn't be dealing with another one. And potentially I just read it at the wrong time, but it just felt like there wasn't a lot of story to it. Felt kind of all about the fact that the main character was just like seemingly a bit useless at like controlling her own destiny, kind of. It's a little bit deeper than that, but yeah, so it potentially I didn't read it at the right time, but didn't love it, so I gave it 3 stars. The last book that I read for the month was also sent to me in exchange for posting book review, is Ice Creams at Emerald Cove by Holly Martin. Now I was super buzzing to receive this one. Everyone knows I love Holly Martin, so when I'm part of one of her Facebook groups essentially, and she was like, book bloggers, you know, show me some of your reviews and I'll pick some people to review my next book and I'll send it to you. And I was like, oh my god, it's my time to shine. So I showed her some of my reviews, and then she sent me an e-copy of Ice Creams at Emerald Cove, and I was just the happiest person alive. I'm so happy. So I read that one. I actually finished that today, not that long ago, and I gave it 5 stars. I love Holly Martin, and this book was no exception. Every time I read one of her books, I'm like, this can't be as good as the last one. Like, it just can't. One of them I have to not enjoy. And every time I'm proved wrong, and I love it. So I really enjoyed it. It was basically kind of like a slow burner romance, with kind of ice cream involved, I guess. But yeah, I gave that one 5 stars, really enjoyed it. So thank you very much to Holly for sending that one my way. So realistically, I read quite a lot of review copybooks this month, so that's good, getting me on top of reviews and everything. 14 books, that's a productive January. I mean, if I could have been out drinking in town, then I might have been, but I've had to be a bookworm, which I am a bookworm, but you know what I mean. Like, there is no choice for any other activity at the moment. The only activities I have in my life are running and reading. The two R's. The two R's. So yeah, those are the books that I read this month, like I said, and there is a vlog coming your way, or 2 vlogs, because your gal just films too much footage, for reading 7 books in 7 days. So please go and give that a watch if you're interested, and please don't just watch the first one, watch the second one as well, because they're just as important as the other one. I feel like the first one's going to get the views and then the second one is just going to die a death. So please don't let that happen, please. And also, do not forget to like and subscribe, because I'm the worst person for saying that. Until I've stopped filming the video, I'm like, yeah, just come watch the video, be silent. No, please like and subscribe, because I really do appreciate it. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you all soon, and happy reading. Bye!